And welcome back to my channel. If you are catching this on the replay, thanks for stopping by. And just here working on my get your big hashtag DP, get your big on that's Diamond Art Addiction and I are doing. And I thought I would just do some diamond painting and chat tonight. I'm wide awake. Husband just left for work. And thought I would chat with you and have a drink. Cheers. Yeah, I don't drink very often, but when I do, my choice of beverage, alcoholic beverage is Captain Morgan and Verner's. Hi guys, welcome. Hi Robert. Hey Nana. And hi PJ. Welcome. How are y'all doing? Just got to bear with me for a minute here. I'm trying to get all my chats and stuff situated. Excuse me. How are you guys doing in New York, PJ? And Nana, is things settling down in Alabama? And I don't know where you're at, Robert. Where are you located? I think I may have seen that you posted it before someplace in chats. All right. You guys are doing better? I'm glad to hear that. My husband is originally from New York, PJ. He's from Queens, Broad Channel area. Oh, and you're in Victoria, British Columbia. Okay. So you guys really haven't gotten hit bad up there yet, have you, Robert? Hey, welcome, Bianca and Tia. Excuse me. Hi. Yeah, there is a party, Tia. There's alcohol and everything involved in this one. I want to tell you, y'all, it has been a week and it's only Wednesday. I'm not quite sure how much the rest of the week I can handle. Lake Placid, that's up north, correct, PJ? Or not up north, upstate? Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, once more people get in here, I will let you know what this week has been like. You're excited but nervous about your surgery. You're constantly in my prayers, Nana. I'm constantly thinking of you. I know that this has got to be those emotional roller coasters that you've been on. Hi, Linda. Welcome. Glad to have you. If you are, Linda, if you happen to know Diamond Art Addiction, Sherry, I'm like falling into her squirrely ways. So you just got to bear with me. Oh, you can see the Canadian border from here. So you're way up there. Okay. So you're up like past Albany and all that, correct? Yeah, it has been a week. Put it this way. I recorded a video on Saturday or Sunday that was supposed to go up on Monday. Yeah, it's going up after my live processes and goes up. That's the type of week that I've had. And I tried to record a whip in chat after I recorded that one video. And I don't know where my brain was, but on Saturday, I recorded the same video, the first 2.5 minutes of the video, 6 times and had to stop and redo it and stop and redo it. Because no matter how many times I said that it was April 18th, I insisted that it was Sunday, April 18th. And I was like, I knew the date, but I kept saying Sunday instead of Saturday. Yeah, I finally just got tired and said, I'm done. I didn't do any more recording that day. I shut everything off and I sat downstairs and diamond painted and sulked because I could not think. And when it's like when thoughts were trying to form, it was like somebody had an Etch-a-Sketch in my head and was shaking my head, because just as I would start to think of something, it would be gone. Yeah, it was definitely a day that I shouldn't have been recording. I don't even know how happy I am with the announcement video that I recorded that was supposed to go up on Monday. I'm not going to redo it just because it was hard enough doing it the first time. I'm not happy with it, but it is what it is. Hopefully everybody can understand that the reasoning for all of this. I hope everybody understands. So anyway, what y'all working on? Or are you just relaxing now? Because I know that we got at least a 3, 4, or 5 hour time difference from where I'm at. So for me, it's 11:30, 11:36 actually. So y'all might be too tired to do any more diamond painting, or you just might be like me and will diamond paint until you can't hold the pen anymore or your eyes don't stay open. And I know where you are, Tia. I already know. Because you're sitting over there with that bag of chips. Yeah, you're sitting there with a bag of, and I'm pretty sure they're salt and vinegar potato chips too, aren't they, Tia? You just got off work, so you work a late night shift. Oh, we're on the same time zone, aren't we, Robert? Okay. British Columbia is on the Western time zone. Yeah, I thought so. Well, you know what? If you ain't going to share your chips, I'm not going to share my Captain Morgan. Yeah, because you'll have your little cat naps. I know you'll be here in and out, or on and off, in and out. So yes, you're staring at in the Enchanted Forest, my massive painting for the hashtag DP Get Your Big On that me and Sherry Diamond Art Addiction are doing. This will be the only thing that you will be seeing me working on during Whippin' Chats or lives for for the foreseeable future, because I don't know if I'll get it done in the 2-month time frame. You better believe I'm going to try. This is definitely a challenge for myself. Yeah. She's got a bag of chips sitting on her couch. Now, I can't eat them anyway with the braces. So that makes it even harder to see a bag of salt and vinegar potato chips sitting there taunting me. It taunted me for an hour? About 45 minutes, I think I was in your live. And them chips taunted me that whole time. It was just, yeah. Salt and vinegar potato chips are and always have been, my all-time favorite. Second favorite potato chip would be, and this is an East Coast thing, I think, but the ketchup potato chips. And if I can't get ketchup potato chips or salt and vinegar potato chips, I will actually just get the plain Lay's and I will dip them in ketchup. Yeah. But I think that's just an East Coast thing. Or maybe I'm just weird, which is very possible. Thanks, Tia. Appreciate it. I'll eat some of that taco pasta for you. So anyway, yes, it's been a while since I've put up a video or done anything, any lives. We're having temperature changes here in Vegas. Our daytimes are getting last week they were fairly warm during the day, but our nighttime temperatures were still dropping. And with fibromyalgia, you can't regulate your body temperature real well. So, hey, welcome, Numbum. I haven't seen you for a few weeks. How are you doing? So the change in temperature really affects me. And like right now, I have every window in my house open and I have a ceiling fan running above me. So if you hear any whining or something, it's my ceiling fan. It's 80 degrees upstairs in my house, in the upstairs, and it's 77 downstairs. And tomorrow we're supposed to hit 90. Yeah. Our nighttime lows are in the high 60s, low 70s. But just a week ago, we turned our heat off. I mean, like not even a week ago, I turned my heat off. So we go from one extreme to the next. And my body can't take that type of a change. When that happens, I start the fibro flare-ups start. I got diagnosed with fibromyalgia in 2015. And the doctor told me then, at that point I was only having mild flare-ups and they were very few and far between. But he told me as things progress, the flare-ups will come more frequently and they will last longer. And I will have more points. With fibromyalgia, you have 6 points for your flare-ups. So generally in the joint areas, in the more bony areas. So it's generally like, behind your ears and down your neck in that area, which will then cause headaches. And my headaches aren't your regular headaches. I have severe migraine headaches where I am light and sound sensitive. I get nausea. I'm useless at that point. But then I will get the flare-ups will go into like my elbows, my wrists, my hips, knees, ankles. I mean, sometimes they can be all at the same time that every point hurts. Other times they just are random and they just move. And that's why fibromyalgia is a really hard diagnosis, because since pain doesn't stay in one spot, they always said that it was in somebody's head, that they were just drug seekers. Well, I don't take medication for it. I mean, I have prescribed medication, but I refuse to take it unless I've reached the point that I literally cannot handle the pain anymore. And I monitor my blood pressure at that time, because my blood pressure is usually the point where I have to take the medication. Because I will allow myself, there's been times where my pain levels have gotten so bad that my husband took my blood pressure and I would have a blood pressure of 175 over 80, 180 over 90. And those blood pressures are not safe, obviously. So at that point, I obviously need to take something for pain. And I'll read this and then I'll go back into my story here. Oh my gosh, Robert, holy smokes. Numbum, I got diagnosed in 2017, and Lyrica is a nightmare. Yes. I mean, well, I've gotten used to it. Lyrica is my medication that I am prescribed. He also has given me, because it's not just fibromyalgia. I've had back and neck surgery. My surgeries, I can say, were successful to a degree, but I still have pain. It's just a different type of pain than I had prior to surgeries. And my neck, with the fibromyalgia, it intensifies the back pain, or the back pain can trigger the fibro. Stress is a big indicator that I'm going to have a fibro flare-up. Stress is a trigger. And right now, as we all know, we're all under some form of stress one way or the other. So it's just been a combination of the change in temperatures and the stress of worrying about this. And I have, there's always conflicting information. Some doctors say that fibromyalgia is an autoimmune disorder or weakens the immune system. Other doctors say there's no correlation, and some say some of their patients do and some don't. So I am just looking at this on the safe side that I do have autoimmune disorder, that I am, I don't have the resistance. I'm playing it safe and trying not to go out any more than I have to. And when I do go out, I am wearing an N95 mask. I wear gloves. I carry Clorox wipes, and I have bottles of sanitizer that I had to make because, well, you can't find aloe vera. You cannot find sanitizer or alcohol anywhere in the Western Hemisphere, I don't think. Fortunately, I did have some rubbing alcohol. It just wasn't the 70%, but I look at it this way, it's better than nothing. So I ordered aloe vera gel, used my alcohol, got some essential oils to add to it, and I made my own hand sanitizer, and it's worked really well. I am working on the Enchanted Forest, Diamond Art Club's Enchanted Forest. And I was looking at, if I didn't have my back surgery, that I was going to eventually be in a wheelchair because I was falling down the steps. I was falling down, period. So I started losing a lot of my muscle and muscle function and nerve. It was nerve sensory was off. And see, that's another thing. That's why I don't take my Lyrica as prescribed, because of the weight gain. Since I've stopped taking it routinely, well, last year, anybody who in the diamond painting community that knew me before I started videos, I was throughout from January until about September, I was on a weight loss journey. I was tracking everything that I ate, everything that I was doing. I was walking 5 to 10 miles a day because that's really all that I could do. And that walking, and that was part of my in the house walking as well. I have a Fitbit, and I was tracking all my steps. And I had lost, at that point, I had lost 29.5 pounds ish between January and say June. But between June and September, I was at a plateau. But my total weight loss from May of 2018 to June 2019, I had lost a total of 46 pounds. And it was because I was gradually weaning myself off the medication, because my dosage is high. I am on, well, at least people that I've talked to said it's high. I'm at 150 milligrams twice a day, well, 3 times a day, or depending if I'm really struggling at bedtime, I can take 300 milligrams at bedtime. So I can either do 150 3 times a day, or I can do 152 times a day and 300 at bedtime. As well as, he's got me, I do have oxycodone, that if I need it, I have it. But by the time when I'm going to be cleaning out my medicine cabinet this weekend. Yeah, I'll probably be throwing that away because I haven't taken any oxy since 2018 when I had my neck surgery. But then I also have Valium that he gave me to help with anxiety, and it helps me sleep at night because I don't want to be so drugged up from a sleep aid that I can't scrape myself out of bed. So I haven't taken any pain medication prior to the other day this year. And we are in our 4th month. I just suffer through the pain. I still have to go about my life. Even though I have, being in pain or uncomfortable, I still have a family who needs me. They rely on me because, well, we rely on my husband, and he works 6 12-hour days a shift, 6 12-hour days a week. I mean, he just left for work at 11 o'clock to start at midnight, and he'll work until noon tomorrow. So when he comes home, he's tired, and I'm 6 years younger than he is. So asking him to work 12 hours and then take care of the house and do it, that's not fair. And then I also have a son who's autistic. He's high functioning autistic, but it's not like I can leave him to his own vices and say, okay, I'm going to go medicate myself. I need you to, he's 15. So even if he wasn't on the autistic level, he's 15. How well could I trust him? So, I still have to fight through this. And I may have fibromyalgia, but it doesn't have it's not going to control me. It's not going to define who I am and what I can and cannot do. And saying that's the thing. I mean, I don't take them unless the pain is to the point where I just actually can't deal with it anymore. And I mean, and it takes a lot. I've gotten a very high pain tolerance due to, I hurt my back in 2006. I didn't have my back surgery until 2015. I just dealt with it. I just dealt with it. And then had the neck surgery in 2018. So, I mean, I'm good. And I don't want people to feel sorry for me because you know what? It's life. I got hurt on the job doing something I love doing, so I don't regret, any of that. And I still function and do everything, like anybody else, just at a little slower pace. And I might need a few extra breaks. But the fibro fog is actually the worst of it. Okay? That's the worst part. Because when a flare-up starts, it seems to start in my brain, and it works its way from my brain down through the rest of my body. Hi, Diane. Welcome to my live. Glad you could stop in. Yeah, I couldn't. I mean, literally, it feels like my head is an Etch-a-Sketch. That somebody's taking my ears and twisting it around, and the thoughts are starting to form. And then all of a sudden they say, oh, that was a mistake. I went the wrong direction. And they shake my head and it clears everything out. And it's like looking at a blank slate. It will happen at random points. I mean, literally, I'll be right in the middle of a sentence or a thought and it's gone. And people can see it because my face just goes, my face goes as blank as my mind goes. So that's what was happening this past, but the worst of it was the past 4 days, but it has been work. I've noticed it. I've been feeling a little off and feeling a little more worn down for the past week and a half. So I knew something was getting ready to happen. I didn't know what the extent of it was going to be, how long it was going to last, or anything like that. And that's not something you know until you go through it. And each flare-up will be different. Not one's like the other. The physical aspect, I usually know because it feels like I am being bitten by, I have a level of pain 24/7, yes. On a daily basis, just without a flare up or anything like that, my pain level is usually hovers around a 5 or a 6 as the day goes on. But when I wake up in the morning, every morning I wake up and I have a 8 or 9 pain level. And that's only because I cannot sleep on my back. And that's the best position for me to sleep is on my back. But I can't sleep on my back. So I sleep like half on my side, half on my stomach. It's like almost in like that cuddle position where your significant other is laying beside you. They're on their back, and you have like your head laid on their chest. And then you got your one knee, you're kind of like half on your side, and you have your one knee that you pull up and rest over on them. Yeah, that's how I sleep with a pillow. I have a body pillow that I curl up with. And I don't move in my sleep. When I go to sleep, I wake up in the exact same position that I fell asleep in. Now, I may get up to go to the bathroom, of course, in the middle of the night, but when I lay down the same way that I did when I first went to bed, and I in turn wake up in that same position. So my body gets stiff really quickly. So when I wake up in the morning, I can't bend over. If something falls on the floor, it stays there for about 2 or 3 hours until my body's loosened up enough that I can pick it up. I had knee surgery as well. I injured my knee when I was a young teenager, playing volleyball. I had a meniscal tear, and the doctor said that it was a slight tear, so there was a chance that it would probably heal on its own. They really didn't want to do surgery at such a young age. So I just did therapy and things like that. Well, I did end up having to have the surgery because with my back the way that it was, I was having to distribute my weight differently because of the way my back was before I had my back surgery. So I ended up putting more strain on my left knee or on my left side of my body, which then in turn caused that knee to need that surgery sooner, which that surgery was a breeze. They went in, they did a scope into the knee. I have 3 tiny little scars, and I was walking like 4 or 5 days later, I was walking on crutches, but I was walking. Did some physical therapy. I was good. But I'm getting older. Each birthday, my body gets just a little older. The bones just said, yeah, we're getting tired, and it's part of life, But so the pain that I have in the morning, like I said, it does as I get out of bed and I get moving around, things do start loosening up. If I sit too long, of course, then I'll get stiff. So then I have to get up and move around. And I do that, even though I diamond paint a lot. And for, the majority of my day and evening, I still get up and move around. I take my dog for a walk. I have a little Chihuahua, so I take him, up and down the street, and I take care of my family and stuff like that. So, I'm not an invalid, which it could have been that way if I wouldn't have had my back surgery. And I could have, even if I hadn't with my back surgery, it could have turned out that way. I'm grateful that it didn't. I can still do things. It just, it's just a little more uncomfortable. It's the thought process that I think affects me the most. That's what bothers me the absolute most, because sometimes I'm actually questioning my sanity. And Oh, well, if we want to talk about, beyond the pain scale that we're given at the doctors, oh yeah, I have times where there's not even a number that the pain could be. But that's just generally when a flare-up's getting ready to happen. Or I'm in the middle of a very extreme flare-up, which is I will be seeing those here most likely, because when it's 117 degrees out here and it already feels like my body's on fire from the fibro, that 90-degree or 115-degree heat makes me feel like I'm being burnt from the inside out. Because like I said, the way I can describe a fibro flare-up in the physical sense is it feels like I am being bitten by fire ants, or that I have gotten the worst degree sunburn you can think of. It also has the feeling of electricity, like I've been being zapped by electricity. And it's just a constant thing. And then because of that, because the pains are, I'm tensing up more. So now it becomes muscular as well as central nervous. So it's nerve pain that is what I experience from the fibro. But because of that pain, I'm tense. So then I get the muscular pain as well. So yeah, that's why I haven't been posting any videos, or I didn't do a live, because I couldn't think. I couldn't. It just would have been bad. I mean, you guys would have probably gotten a real kick out of it. You guys would have sat back and it would have been comical. I would have been embarrassed. On my replay, I would have watched it back and been like, oh my God, really? But yeah, it would have been comical. Just, so, and I really didn't want anybody to know, but I want to be honest with you guys. You guys are supporting my channel. You guys subscribe. So you expect to see a video, whether it's a live or whether it's just a whip and chat. So I'm going to be honest with you, on if I disappear for, if a week goes by that there's not a whip and chat up, or I don't do a live, that's why. And, if anybody, I don't want to post it on Facebook that, sorry guys, I'm having a rough time, because I don't want sympathy. I don't want anybody feeling sorry for me. And a lot of times if you post that you've got something wrong or something's going on, it looks as if you are looking for sympathy, and I don't want sympathy. I just want somebody to understand that if I'm not around, that's why. It's, it's going to come and go, and I live with it, and I'm okay with it. As long as, as long as I can continue doing things, I'm going to. And I am going to fight to the point where, as things progress, as we get older, like with arthritis or osteopenia or osteoporosis, those things that, we women are prone to, we can't give up just because it happens. I mean, there's going to be a point where, yeah, we can't do anything, but we're going, at least for me, I'm going to fight that to the end. Now, does my husband get upset about it? Yes. My husband gets upset because I'm very independent. I've always only been able to rely on myself. I mean, there's other people been, in my life that I could count on, but they couldn't always be there when I needed them, for anything, and, no matter what it is. You can't ask people to stop your life for you. So I had to, and I hate asking for help from things. I hate that. So when I go to the grocery store, and I'm carrying all the groceries in or something. And my husband says, honey, why are you carrying those in? Why didn't you ask me to help you? Well, I have feelings about that. I shouldn't have to ask you to help me. It's like with my son. If he sees, if I'm in the kitchen and I'm doing the dishes and he comes down and says, Mom, why didn't you ask me to help? I shouldn't have to ask you. You know the dishes need to get done. When we're done eating, I always wash the dishes. So why wait for me to ask you? Just do it. Why don't you ask me, Mom, do you want help? So I have that same feeling with my husband. He knows I went to the grocery store. When he hears the garage door open, why doesn't he just meet me out there and, help me unload the groceries? Or when he sees me come in carrying something, why don't you say, honey, is there more out there? And go and get it. Why do I have to ask for help when you know I'm not going to? I am not going to ask for help. I will do these things on my own. Because I just don't feel like I should have to ask. It should be offered, especially when you're always telling me you don't want me to do things, but then, you don't want me lifting, because I technically have a 15-pound weight restriction on level floor. And then since I live in a 2-story home, I'm technically not supposed to carry anything up or down the steps that weighs more than 10 pounds. But yeah, that doesn't happen. Fortunately, my washer and dryer are in the upstairs of my house. So that is one for me. I was so glad about that. My husband didn't like it. He's like, a washer and dryer does not belong in the upstairs. It belongs downstairs. And I said, well, it belongs upstairs for me because this means I don't have to carry a laundry basket up and down the steps. The washer and dryer is right on the same floor that all the bedrooms are on, which means all the clothes go straight from the laundry room into each bedroom, and I don't have to carry a laundry basket up or down the steps. I see here. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. You're in my prayers too, because it sounds like you've got some rough spots in your life as well, physically. You turned 50 this year and was diagnosed with MS last year. It's an eye-opener. Yeah, it is. And see, I will be 48 this year. I will be 48 in June. So to already have, and we don't know how long I had the fiber, I got diagnosed in 2015, but we don't know how long I had it prior to the diagnosis, because we didn't, with the pain that I was having, we didn't know if it was the pain from fibro or if it was pain from the from pre-surgery. But they told me that fibromyalgia, and I've read a lot about it. Fibromyalgia is initially a response to some form of trauma. Some form of physical trauma, or it could even be, it could be a mental trauma that it's a stress related thing, stress on the body, and we know trauma is a stress. So it could have happened. The fibro could have actually started to take over in 2006 or soon after my injury. So we don't know, but it was rough to be my age, the age that I am, and not be able to do the things that that a lot of people my age can still do. I find it comical that, my mom would sit and say, when she'd call me and she'd say, how are you doing? I'm like, oh, my back hurts, my legs hurt. She's like, what are you going to do when you're my age? I'm thinking, I don't know, because she's 21 years older than I am. Hi, Karika. I hope I said your name right. I know I probably didn't, but hi, I'm good. How are you? Um, she told me by the time you're my age, you'll be dead. You're gonna wish you were. And I was like, yeah, you're probably right. And that used to really upset me because, I am still fairly young. I'm starting to reach that point where I don't think so anymore, but I definitely don't feel as young as my age says that I am. They say age is just a number. Well, I feel like my numbers were flipped. I feel like I'm going to be 84 instead of 48. Um, but I still, like I said, I still have people that rely on me and count on me, and I'm going to be there for them as long as I can. But that is why I don't work. I have not worked since 2006. It was my anniversary for my injury was actually yesterday. It was April 22nd, 2006 that I got injured. Or was that Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday, because now we're at Thursday. So it was April 22nd, 2006. But so, being a stay-at-home mom and wife that's what I do. I'm not going to say it's a job because it is a job, but it's also, responsibility to my family. So that's kind of one of the reasons I started doing the YouTube is, be able to get to know people, make friends, learn things about other people. Oh, ouch. All right, Bianca, go take care of your nose. Ouch. Um, so yeah, that's where my crafting actually became the forefront of my life because I can't just sit and watch TV. I have to, my hands have to be busy. Now, when I say I can't work, I could get a job, but my restrictions are so difficult for an employer to meet. Okay. I could get a job as long as this job allowed me to miss whatever, as many days of work as I needed to. Hey, Brittany, welcome. Because, since I don't get the schedule from a fibro flare up that, next week, you might want to let your employer know next week you're going to be in excruciating pain starting next Monday, and it could last up to 3 weeks. So you're going to need to tell your employer you're going to need the next 3 weeks off because I'm going to rear my ugly head and I'm going to make your life miserable. And during this time, you may have a good day to where, you could actually go to work, but then halfway through that day, I'm going to say it's time for you to go home and you're not going to be able to move because you're going to be in so much pain. Yeah, you're not going to have an employer that's going to allow you to do that. Also, I have to be able to have a job that when I need to sit down, I can sit down and I can sit as long as I need to. Or if I'm sitting down, I don't know if anybody's seen that, but I have a hair laying there. When I'm sitting down after 2 or 3 hours, I might need to get up and walk around for a while. Or I may actually have to lay down to take some pressure off. So trying to find a job to meet those types of stipulations, yeah, that's not going to happen. That's all right, Brittany. I was going to message you, but I was going to wait about 5 or 10 minutes after the live started, message you. But I didn't want to wake you up if you were sleeping. So that's why I started and you didn't know. And I'm sorry. And Diane, yes, I do other crafts. Well, I like to crochet, but I haven't for a while. I haven't been able, I've lost my Crojo. I do adult coloring, but I haven't been feeling that either. I am trying to get into making cover minders, which I have some made and that are set off to the side. I'm waiting for magnets to come so I can make some more. I love to read, and with my fibro fog, just the brain itself, the fibro fog always seems to be there, I think. And I need to quit calling it fibro fog at that point. I think it's just I'm losing my memory. But so reading, I've been able to focus, and that's another thing that you can't focus when you're having this on something unless like I can do this because it's a repetitive motion. It's the same thing. But if I'm sitting there reading, I find that I zone off, or when I'm reading I'm having to read the same sentence or same paragraph multiple times before it actually sinks in. So I've been struggling with reading lately, which is upsetting me because the book that I was reading was really starting to get good. I used to try and do paper crafts. The latest book that I was reading is called Indigo. Is it Indigo Fire, Brittany? We're both reading it. Me and Brittany are doing a book buddy thing. It is called, there's like 3 books to the series. Yeah, Indigo Fire. The author is Vicki McKeehan. She is actually an indie author that I used to read and review for her. I used to do all kinds of reviews for indie authors. She lives in San Diego, and she writes, she's got romance, she's got crime, she's got thriller, but I really like her. I've read a lot of her books. So I've got that. What else? I'm trying to cross stitch, but I need certain things to be able to do it, I think, for it to work for me. And that's just not an option right now to, get those things. Once the time comes and I get them, then I'm going to learn how to cross stitch. So, yeah. But diamond painting is the forefront really right now. Once I start something, and it drives my husband bonkers, once I start something, I go like full blown head on. And it drives him crazy. He says, you just can't do something a little bit, can you? You have to just go gung-ho on it. And that's what diamond painting was. I started diamond painting late February of last year. I did 32 paintings between February and December. And one of them was 150 by 50. And then the rest were your larger Diamond Art Club paintings. This year will be my largest painting that I will have done when it is completed. And it's 165 by 55. But yeah, and 2 years ago, I made 19 Afghans in a year. And they were twin to queen size. Well, thank you for coming in, Robert. I'm glad that, look forward to seeing you again, and you take care too. Really appreciate you stopping in. Sorry, I was reading, just trying to make sure I got everybody. So yeah, that's why my video that I was supposed to put up on Monday, it never made it up. Just because between that and then trying to get ready for this event, and I was trying to finish a diamond painting that was that I was working on because I didn't want to have another one going. So I was trying to get my Sea Breeze Trail done, which I did get that one done. I have the Mandy piece for the Mandy DP along. And then what did I do yesterday? I didn't want to bring this down. Well, I didn't want to start this until today, till the event was actually starting. So, when I say yesterday, I keep meaning Tuesday. Tuesday night, I was sitting downstairs and I didn't have anything down there on the drafting table, but I had a diamond painting sitting beside me that was just begging for me to open it up and kit it up and start on it. And I swore I was not going to. Well, that didn't last. I kitted it up. I started it. It's on my drafting table downstairs. So now I've got this one that'll remain upstairs because it's too big to. This is not a mobile painting. It's just not going to happen. It's going to stay here. I've got the Enchanted Forest that'll be upstairs in the craft room. I have Lumina, which is the one that I just kitted up and started. That'll remain downstairs on the drafting table. And then I have One Worth Melting that I will be doing in between. Since I have 2 square diamond paintings, I need a round one to break up the monotony. So I will be putting in an hour a day working on that one just to break up the squares a little bit. Of course, they're all 3 big paintings. Usually I do late lives, but I've had some feedback that there's some people that would like to see me during the day as well. So, I don't have a schedule per se, and I'm sure that that's got some people in the community up in arms, but it's hard for me to follow a schedule because my husband works the shift he does. I have to be able to make sure that he's had, when he comes home, he gets home here about 12:30 in the afternoon. I want to spend a little bit of time with him before he falls asleep, which my little bit of time usually is long enough for him to sit down on the couch and fall asleep in mid-sentence. Yeah, that happens a lot. But then I still have my son to take care of, and then I need to make sure that we have dinner, me and my son, by 5 or 6 o'clock, and then my son husband gets up at 9 to get ready to go to work to leave at 11. So really, it's hard to have a schedule, and that there is my husband's schedule's actually changed. He used to work Sunday night from 9 p.m. until 12 noon on Monday. Then he would work from midnight Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and Thursday night. He would go in at midnight and work until noon. And then on Saturdays, he goes in at 5 and works to 4:30. So yes, his schedule is crazy. So I need to always make sure that I'm making sure his dinner is done, that we're eating together when he is awake, that his lunch is packed, all those things. So it's hard. It's just really hard. So I just got to bug up my butt, basically, that after Diamond Art Addictions Live, that I was like, you know what? I have people asking me. I had several messages asking me when I was going live, if I was going live. I plan on doing it tomorrow, but since I had the requests, I figured, why not? I guess I could go live. I'm going to be awake anyway. I'm going to be diamond painting anyway. I might as well do it to a video camera and talk to myself with other people hearing me instead of me just sitting here talking to myself and only being the walls. So, yeah. But when I do my lives during the day, I'm going to plan on having them roughly around like 10 o'clock in the morning, 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. That way, when my husband comes home at noon, I will already be done with my live and I can be there to take do what I need to do. See? Yep. You had your little cat nap. How you feel? Did it help? Well, let me see. Let me scroll back here to your last comment, Mickey. Let's see. Or did you? Were you on? Did you come on? Let's see. I thought you were on here earlier, or was it just Nana? Let's see here. I'm scrolling. Nope. Okay, so you're just getting here. Okay. So did you have a good nap though, Mickey? That's one thing that I do have a hard time with is sleep. Even when I'm in pain, sleep is just something that I don't get a lot of. I'm usually up till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And then I wake up usually around 7 or 8. But that's not consistent sleep. That's me going in bed at 2 or 3 and fighting to go to sleep and then waking up. Now, the past week with this, that's gone on, I actually have slept a lot later than I usually do. And then when I sleep later, then I just feel sluggish all day. Naps. Yeah, there's some days I'll lay down and take an hour or 2 nap, but it's really not so much as a nap as it's just resting my mind and body. Not really, Mickey. I know Sherry said that you and her talked earlier and asked me to she didn't tell me nothing because it's not her place to tell me anything, but she just told me to keep you in my thoughts and prayers. So you're in my thoughts and prayers. But like I said, she didn't tell me anything. She just said that you and her had a very nice video chat before we went live and that a friend needed her. So you're in my thoughts and prayers. How are you doing with Sneaky Cat? I wasn't able to see how far you are with it in the picture, but it's looking really nice because I know you're up to the cat, or like half up to the cat's face, or halfway through. So, and it's so hot in here. I can't take it. And it's just starting. And then I got more disappointment. Found out that, which I mean, part of me is glad. I'm not, part of me is complaining and part of me is not. Our governor is not opening up our state. I understand why, and I agree 100% wholeheartedly. The only thing that frustrates me is I am now going to be missing my 3rd dental appointment. So that bothers me. I was supposed to have a wire change March 7th, April 17th, and May 8th. That is not happening. So now we are going into it'll be my 3rd month here coming up that I have not been able to go to the orthodontist. And then I was supposed to have a deep cleaning on May 8th as well. While my wire was off, I was supposed to go to the actual dentist and have a deep cleaning. None of those things are going to happen. So that's a bit frustrating for me there. But otherwise, I am glad that our governor is not opening our state up like our mayor wants him to. Our mayor is an idiot. All she's worrying about is money. She's saying that, she wanted to do what was it called, Tia? A group. I forget what they called it. But she's just like, we'll just take our chances. We'll open up. Well, we live in a state, me and Tia, and we live in a city, even beyond the state aspect of it. We live in a city that everybody's going to flood to from all over. I don't see where there's a benefit to this if we open up just full blown. She wants the casinos open. She wants the theaters open. She wants the restaurants open. She wants all sporting events to resume. There's no social distancing there. Yes, a controlled group. Yeah, like a petri dish is how Anderson Cooper put it. Yeah, that is not a smart thing to do. Now, she says, well, if people are sick and don't feel well, then they just won't go out. We can't, it's just like, there's no getting it into her head that how many people, I mean, she even said it's like, she talks about, she can't answer questions. They ask her a question, she can't answer. She wants to say, well, I'm pretty sure I had the virus in January. Well, she was never tested, or if she was tested, it's not been documented or known to us. So she's sitting there saying, yeah, let's just get out there and whatever happens, happens. The reason that and we are still counting a death toll. We have over 4,100 cases, which I know is very mild in comparison to other states. But the reason that we only have a little over 4,100 positive cases, is because we're social distancing. It's working. But we've had an additional, yesterday we had 171 deaths, I think, as of Wednesday morning. And as of 10 o'clock news, Wednesday night, we have 186 deaths. So, and there has not been adequate testing done. We live in a state that has 2.3 million, or we live in a city that has 2.3 million people that live in it. And we've only tested, I think they said, what is it, 40,000 people? Right. Because it's getting warm. So now it's going to get warm and people are going to start flooding out to the stores. They're going to be going to the parks. They're going to be going. I mean, the only thing that's really safe is nobody's going to be going to the lake because they've got that. They're going to have so much security at the lake, you'd think you were going to Fort Knox. But even the girl that I babysit for, which I'm not babysitting right now, but when I was babysitting, she called me on Saturday or Sunday and asked me if she could come over to get the car seat because her boyfriend, would have the car for him to go to work and she was going to need the other car seat to go with a friend of hers to go hiking. Like, what do you mean you're going hiking? What is the matter with you? Do you not realize? I mean, the social distancing didn't end. Now let me catch up here. Yeah, she does. She's just watch if you go on him if you want to see something funny. Go on Anderson Cooper 360. His interview with our mayor is on there, and she just couldn't answer. And her favorite sentence is when he asked, "Well, you've got this open up Las Vegas, open it up. And he's like, okay, he said, so what kind of plan do you have in place? You know, we're short, you know, we're not testing to the capacity we should be. We don't have enough PPEs. How are we going to do 6 foot, you know, stand 6 foot away from somebody when you're in a restaurant and sitting, you know, in tables and groups of people and in slot machines and in sports books and in movie theaters and in, you know, where they do their Vegas shows? How are we going to do the 6 foot spacing between that? And she's like, I don't know. It's not my job. I leave that to the medical people and the sanitation people. And this is a mayor that has all these ideas of let's open up Vegas, but she does not have any plan in place or suggestions for plan in place, because guess what? That's not her job. And I was just like, oh my God. And then he said, well, are you going to be the person? Are you going to come in every night and sit in the casino and see, you know? And she's like, no, I cook a meal every night. I have a family. She said, and I don't gamble. Well, that's right. You don't gamble with your life, but you're willing to gamble with all of the Nevadans' lives. So yes, you do gamble. You just don't gamble with your life and your money. But you want everybody else, you want to gamble everybody else's life for them to come out and gamble their life and money. Yeah. So I think the goddesses of the world for our governor, Steve Sisolak, because he said he's not going to be pressured to open. He is going to follow the medical experts, the scientists, I think it's sanitization or something like that. He's going to base everything upon that, as well as we have to have 14 solid days of a decline of infection, as well as infected or positive cases, as well as deaths. We could be on day 13. We could have, you know, each day have less and less people infected or die. But if on day 14 we have all these people that test positive or die, we're starting those 14 days all over again. And then when he does start opening it up, he's going to open them gradually in the tier levels that the president put in place, but he's still going to base those on part-time situations. And that's just the way that it is. And we got people up in arms about it. Yes, we do. But our governor cares more about us as Nevadans, which he promised us when he was running that he would do what was best for Nevada, not best for making money. I mean, making money is important, don't get me wrong. But if it means it's going to be costing people their lives and their family members, what good is that money going to do us? Especially when we can't even say goodbye to our families. That we were losing family members, then we were not even able to be in there with them when they passed away and hold their hand. And I can't even wrap my head around how scary that's got to be for people. I've dealt with death firsthand. My career was, I was a nurse's aide for 20 years. And I worked in hospitals where I had patients who came in who didn't make it out due to illness. I also worked hospice where I sat at the bedside and held hands with the patient as they died. So I can't wrap my head, I can't wrap my head around a patient being in the hospital on ventilator, aware of what's going on and aware that they might not make it. And they can't be there with their spouse or their children or their mother or their father or their children. I can't. So for me, I'm going to play this out like I am infected and everyone else around me is infected. and I am going to wear my mask, and I'm going to wear my gloves. And I am going to do this if it means that I'm still doing it this time next year. Because you know what? This is going to become my new normal to keep me and my family safe, as well as anybody else who makes within 6 foot contact of me. So now I'm going to catch up on the reading. Now, you know what? The Nevada only looks stupid, or Las Vegas only looks stupid because of the mayor. Now, yes, we look stupid because we voted her in. But she's really making herself look more stupid than she's making us. Now, so you're lucky we need a paper to say what we're doing, like groceries are working. If you don't have it yourself, you're fined $150 the first week. Or fine. Well, because fortunately for us, most Nevadans are following this pretty well. I mean, yeah, we've got some people that aren't, but for the most part, our governor said that he is very pleased because he's out in the community a lot right now. And I can vouch for when I go to the grocery store, most people that I see they have a mask on or some kind of face, protection over their mouth and nose. They've got gloves on. They are following most of the guidelines of 6 foot apart, standing in lines, not crowding an aisle in the grocery store. For the most part, we're doing really well. People are taking this seriously. Then we've got the few that I've experienced, and it's usually women, and they're the women that are, well, I can't wear a mask because if I wear a mask, it's going to mess up my makeup. It's going to mess up my hair. Now, they don't say that, but you can just look at them and know it because they're out dressed like they're going clubbing. They've got the full-on hairdo. They've got the full-on nails. Can't put gloves on because if I have my gloves on, you can't see my nails. And like I said, the mask, it messes their hair up and it messes their makeup up. You can just look at these women and know that and you can't see how beautiful they are too. I mean, the mask really affects them. They have, like I said, they're not saying it, but you can just look at that person and know that I can't do that because it's going to take away from my appearance. You can tell also that these women are this way because guess what? Tia seen it when I video chatted with her the other night. I got more gray on my head than 50 Shades of Gray could be even thought about. I've covered every 50 Shades of Gray that there is out there. And a lot of them now, a lot of the gray hair says, you know what? The hair that was colored, it's not going to go gray. It's going straight to white. I have about 8 inches of gray regrowth in my hair. I took my own nails off. I don't know if anybody remembers last time, but I had acrylic nails on. Yeah, I don't. And see how bad my nails look? Because I took these things off myself because I had less nail polish on my nails than I had regrowth on my hands. So you can tell I am haggard. My bangs come down to my chin. That tells you in a situation that I'm in. Then I see these women out here, you can tell their hair is colored, but you don't see no roots. Their nails look like they just left the salon. And I'm like, how are you doing this? Are you now having nail parties and coloring parties that your stylists are coming to your house doing this stuff now? Wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me, none at all. Yeah, and my eyebrows, yeah. I barely have 2. And the 2 that where they are still separated, I got one the other night. I was sitting there, I was rubbing my eye because something tickled me, and I thought it was a hair that was attached to my head, tickling my forehead. No, I had an eyebrow that was so long, it was sticking straight up. I had to pluck that thing out. I didn't even think, I was like, I didn't know eyebrows could grow that long. So yeah. And then you got poor Tia. She had to have her Charlie Chaplin mustache that she was dealing with. So yeah. Those are those people that when I go out, I'm so glad I have my mask on because nobody can actually see enough of my face. And if I put a hat on, all you're seeing are my eyes. So I'm okay with it. Oh no, Nana, I'm so sorry. Yeah, well, no, Mom, I do color my own hair. I get my hair color from Sally's because with medications and stuff, I can't do the over the counter stuff. It just destroys my hair. But the last time I bought hair color, I thought I got two of the same tubes of hair color here. I got one shade and one another. And I accidentally put it on my hair and it is so dark. I mean, it's just too dark for my complexion. So yeah, it's a Clairol hair color. So yeah, it's gonna have to wait because I couldn't handle it being that dark. I mean, it's so dark it's almost black. But also our Sally's, it's being closed. Not only did they close because of this, but the one the closest to me, it actually closed when this pandemic is over and things start opening. That location won't. So I've got to find another location for Sally's that's not Claire River and Henderson. I'll probably end up having to go to Boca Park. TL know what I'm talking about with that. That's probably going to be the closest Sally's for me is over in Boca Park. So, but I'm like, you know what? I thought about this for a little while. This is actually probably the healthiest thing for me at this time because it's giving my hair a bit of a break from color to where I'm able to strip out all the old color and stuff. And when I get my hair colored again, it's a fresh layer of color all the way down. And it's just, you do just your roots when you get your hair colored, but they always then comb it through so it blends. So my ends have, 3 or 4 layers of hair color that it'd be nice to, be able to strip it off and I don't have to chemically strip it. It's just all naturally stripping itself away. My nails get a chance to relax from acrylic and gel and all that. And there's only reason there's nail polish on there is because I needed something to when I took my nails off, they were very soft. So at least I have something on here that helps protect that. My skin is getting a major overhaul by not having makeup on. So, my pores are getting a break. So I kind of look at this as a good thing physically for me because, I'm allowing my body to kind of cleanse itself a little bit. But I am really sorry, Nana. I will definitely keep your friend and her son in my thoughts, or her grandson in my thoughts. Yeah, well, see, it'll be my luck, Numbum, that I'll put that on, and then like next week they'll go ahead and say, yeah, we could go ahead and open up. Now I've got this dark. I mean, we're talking. It is so dark. It is probably as dark as 3371. Yeah, it's probably like right there at the 3371 DMC. And you can see I have a very fair complexion. Yeah. Oh, that I couldn't do it. I could not do it. Yep, you're fading again. I can see that. Mickey, get some sleep. I hope you start feeling better. So yeah, that's what this is how this mind works when it's left alone is yeah, I think about those things and it's depressing because I planned on going home to see hopefully I was planning on going home to see my mother this summer because I haven't seen her since 2016. But of course that's not going to happen. I was hoping to see my new granddaughter and my new grandson this summer, and that's not going to happen. So, you know, but it's best, not to take any chances because I mean, I have had people say, well, you could drive. No, I'm not going to drive clear to Ohio and clear to Georgia, especially Georgia now, because, well, that governor, or yeah, it is the governor. He's not real wise. And that's where my daughter, my son in law, and my two of my granddaughters live in Georgia. So now I look at it this way. Again, now this is how. Oh, okay. Thank you, Lindy. Um, this is how this brain of mine works. Georgia governor is going to start opening things up on Friday. First things that are going to open: hair salons, nail salons, massage centers, spas, your day spas, and gyms. So it sounds to me like you're going to go open everything up. Now, these people are going to go out, they're going to have their nails are going to be done, their hair is going to be done, they're going to have nice separated eyebrows, they're going to have the upper lips taken care of, make sure there's no little wiry hairs coming out of their chin. Going to have this really nice, like I said, hair color. It's going to be all cut and nice. They're going to look like they're going to be hot, right? Then they're going to go to the gym and they're going to burn off all this weight that they've put on during their 6-week, 9-week, 8-week quarantine or stay at home order. So when they get COVID, they can look good when they go to the hospital. And the mortician, since they're not really, they're not going. And I mean, these people have to realize, and I'm sorry to say it, but I am going to say it how it is. They are not taking you to the mortuary and doing the typical things that are happening when somebody passes away. They're going straight from wherever they pass away to a casket and burying them when they can. Most cases, like in New York, which, PJ, if they're still here, can attest to, that they don't have enough. They can't bury these people fast enough. But hey, these people are going to get their nails and stuff done. They want to look good when they check out. What in the hell? What in the hell? I can't. Exactly. They're going to look good for the front line and for them to check out. I mean, and I know there's a family member, one of my husband's family members passed away. Now, she did not pass away from the virus. It was natural causes. But she passed away at home. And there's not enough body bags. And they can't get the coroner because, of course, we all know that no matter where you pass away at, you are not actually considered deceased until the coroner has declared you deceased. So, and the coroner in New York They're busy. There's multiple, I don't know how many corners there are in the city of New York, or in the boroughs of New York. I just know that I think Manhattan has the bulk of the state's corners right now. But the family member lived in the Queens area, Howard Beach area. She passed away at home with her family at her side because she lived with her family. And the body was not able to be picked up for several hours. The family had her in her room, deceased, for several hours before the coroner could come and pronounce her dead, and then take her straight from her home to her plot, because fortunately she had her burial plot already paid, that was there and was paid for, and they put her right in the ground. She did not go through the process that we usually go through when we pass away, where we go to the the mortician, and they do the things that they do. There's no embalming. There's none of those things. Usually they remove organs and such. And again, I apologize for being so graphic, but that's what usually happens. They drain us of all of our blood. They remove our organs, and then they embalm us. That's not being done. We're going straight in the ground. I ordered a mask, Nana, but I don't think you'd have it in time. I'm almost certain you wouldn't. I ordered one offline. Amazon did have, and I can look this up for you real quick. They did have some, but again, I don't think anything's going to be, the shipping is taking 10 times as long. But you can, having a face covering of any sort is better than nothing. If you have an old t-shirt or a scarf or something like that, you could go ahead and make that and put a coffee filter in. Like put it in between layers of that. Because that coffee filter is better than nothing. People are using coffee filters. They are actually using feminine products. I know that sounds weird, but these are, we're kind of like working with what we've got, and that's rough. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, you guys are still able to do that. Well, depending on if they know, like with her, they knew that she had CHF, so she died of congestive heart failure. They knew that, and because she was on hospice, so there was no need to do, there was no ops. They didn't have to rule out anything. You bought a filtered F1 filter, opened it up, and made a mask using a bandana and 2 hair elastics. Exactly. We're getting inventive right now with things. I thought about buying a sewing machine and making masks, but the thing is, it costs money to buy these things, and I didn't want to be that person that sells them, and because I want to help the community, not make it more difficult. But at the same time, I'm not made of money, so I can't buy a sewing machine and buy all the material and make them and give them away. If I already had those things lying around, then yes, I would do that. Absolutely. But I don't have material in mass quantity. I don't have any material. But even if I did, it wouldn't be in mass quantities, and I don't have a sewing machine. And my hands can't do all that, hand sewing. The hand sewing wouldn't be durable enough, especially with it being, something being taken on and off and on and off. Eventually the stitches would give way. So yeah, as much as I would like to do something like that, it's not feasible, and it's sad because I would love to be able to do that. Even if I had to buy the stuff and sell them for, $2 or $3 a piece, it's still cheaper than what a lot of places are selling them for. But it takes money to go out and buy those things. And right now, we're just trying really not to spend unnecessary money, not knowing what my husband's job is going to hold. They consider him essential, but it takes a few guys to test positive and spread this, or have to start quarantining people to where now there's so many people on 14-day quarantine that they got to shut the job down. Try Harbor Freight, Target, Home Depot. I know out here, Tia, they are, everything's being donated. I checked Home Depot because I had to send my mom some masks. My husband was able to get 3 of them from work. But here in Nevada, all of the masks they are donating to, any masks, any HEPA filters, anything. They're donating everything to our frontliners here. So yeah, there's those, but you got to be careful because I don't know. Do the HEPA filters have any fiberglass in them at all? I don't know, but I that was something that my mom, her companion, he has Asian orange and COPD. So he's obviously compromised. And with my mom, I mean, she's no spring chicken. She's going to be 69. So, and she hasn't been out of the house in I don't know how many weeks. I don't think she's been out of the house since Ohio put their lockdown orders in place, or their stay-at-home orders in place. And she's going to need to get out. So I was very, very concerned. They had no access to getting any masks or anything. So my husband went to work and brought a mask home that he had in his stash that he had not worn yet. And then we ordered 3 masks online, for one for me, one for my son, and one for my husband. And I just actually went today and to mail 3 masks. The thing did not even barely register on the scale in the box. Cost $10 to send them from here to Ohio. That's probably the best $10 I've ever spent, because at least I know that I am helping prevent my mother and her companion and my brother, because my brother lives with them, from spreading any germs that they have, or getting any germs that they may come in contact with. Yeah, I know the vacuum bags have the fiberglass. No, but it would be better if she wasn't able to get something and had to go to the hospital. It would be better than nothing. At least it would get her something until they got her a better mask to put on. Because I know she's compromised. So she's got to be extra careful. So I thought at least she would have that for when she first walked into the hospital that day, going through her registration and all that, and then them give her a mask, because I'm pretty sure that she shouldn't have a hard time getting a mask once they get her registered, signed in, and all that. Oh, goodness. Is it really already 1 o'clock? Holy smoke. See how fast time flies? I didn't even realize that every one of my lives is at least 2 hours. I think one was almost 4 hours because the nights fly by really fast. And I'm struggling with these 310s already. And I'm only early on this. I should have picked something that was all white, which I have never done an all white background. Most of my backgrounds has very little, if any, white in it. It's usually the 310s or the 3371s or what is it, 832, 823, 939, 938. Yeah. I'm always doing these dark paintings. I am working on the Enchanted Forest, Diamond Art Club. Let me show you that schematic picture here. Yeah, this is what I'm working on. And it's huge. It's 165 by 55. And as you can see, I have not gotten much done. I did not get much done in Sherry's live, and I haven't gotten much done in mine. So it's going to be a long time. Brittany, are you still here, or did you fall out too? Yeah, good luck with the 310. Yeah. Well, the other one painting I did, it was another big one, 150 by 50. It was the Brooklyn Bridge at night. It was a night scene of the Brooklyn Bridge, and then you could see like the city in the background. It had 22,000, over 22, almost 23,000 939s. And, or no. Yeah. Now I can't remember. And I've got it. Hang on. Let me get it because I've got this sheet here. I save all of my, because I don't use my stickers, as you can see, showed you. I don't put them on there because I end up tearing them. So I just save them in my little bag here that has all of my paintings that I've done. Where is this? Okay. This is the one that I did for anybody who's new and hasn't seen. I did this. This is just the paper that comes with it. Oh, and of course it's not going to, it's going to be blurry. Let's see if I bring it closer. Yeah, it's really blurry. It's hard to make it out real well. If you go on, I'll have to post it on my Instagram. But it was the Brooklyn Bridge at night, and it had, where are my 310s? Had 22,441 310s. See? Where's that? Yep, 22,241 310s. And it had 55,656 939s. Yeah. It was huge. Let me see if I can bring, I have it on my phone. It's downstairs. It's actually, right now it's downstairs in my front room on the floor in between the coffee table and the living and the couch because we don't use our front room. Because I have to figure out how I'm going to frame that thing first off. I looked into having it framed, and even at Michael's with the 70% off, it was still going to cost me almost $500. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. This light's going to get in the way. You're catching the reflection of my Oh, wow. This is bad. I didn't realize it was this blurry, but that's what it looks like. It's huge. Yep, it's done. Yeah, that was a fun one because that was my first big diamond painting that I had done. And it was double-sided tape. Oh, my light. What am I doing here? Oh, my light bulb was loose. Like the screw in my head. Yeah, it was my first big diamond painting that I had done. So, of course, I had to make it huge, right? It was also double-sided tape. I bought on AliExpress. And it was my first square. And I did not know how to use a multi-placer yet. So I bought that. I started it April 20th. In June, on June 10th, I stopped working on it because we had a leak in our downstairs bathroom, and that's where I had it set up at. And my craft room wasn't ready yet, so I couldn't do anything with it up here. So I just put it away until Labor Day weekend. I pulled it out Labor Day weekend, and I can't remember if I finished it right before Halloween or right before Thanksgiving. But by the time I pulled it out in September, I had already used the multi-placer and learned how to do it. It wasn't perfect, but it was bad anyway. Those drills were horrible. It came from AliExpress. And like I said, it was also double-sided tape. So yeah, I'm me and 939 and 310. We go way back. We go way back. We've spent a lot of time together. Thanks, Tia. Yeah, I've got a list of shows that in my queue that I need to watch. But I don't know. There's a lot of times where my husband leaves and I turn the TV off and I just sit in absolute silence and diamond paint, or I'll catch up on YouTube videos because there's a lot of I haven't gotten to see all of Mrs. Coffee's videos. I plan on, literally going back from the beginning and watching a lot of the creators' videos. It gives me something to watch. I might learn something or see something I didn't know about. And it also helps with their watch time, and their views and things like that. Sometimes I put on a rerun of something I've already seen. Like, I can never watch enough of the Golden Girls and Everybody Loves Raymond and Special Victims Unit. So I watch all those repeats over and over and over again. But I got a lot of time to sit and watch things with this painting. As I said, I probably won't finish this before the 22nd of June. It's most likely not going to happen. I'm going to try, but I don't want to set my expectations too high, only to, be disappointed. So, we'll see. And a lot's going to depend on how these drills are, because I can tell you right now, I can't wait for my TSA come, because that'll be the first painting other than Diamond Art Club and the one from AliExpress that I've done that's square. And I don't know what this means. I don't know exactly where it's at. What are you watching Who's the Boss on? because I've been trying to find something new, and I always loved Who is the Boss? Always. Anyone who has ordered from TSA, because this is my first TSA, and I've been tracking it, and it says, okay, it was in Hebron, which I know is in New York. Then it was in Greenwood. And now it's in West Valley City in transit. Anybody know where West Valley City is? Because I don't. I don't know if that's still in New York or, but I know Hebron is. Oh, it's in Utah. I'm assuming it must be in Utah. Because I just typed in West Valley City and it says West Valley City is Utah. Tia, have you've gotten Diamond TSA? Do you know I am not going to try and say that name because I know I'll ruin it. Hi. Thanks for stopping in. Is it Ravikie? Ravikie? I don't even want to try that any farther. But Tia, when you got you have done or TSA? Can you look if you do, if I'm right? Are you able to look back at any of your tracking history to see where it tracked from, since yours is going to be going the same direction? Yours would have come the same direction mine would have. Thank you, Riv. I appreciate that. It's a cool name. I love the way it's spelled. It looks like it's probably a beautiful name, but I just can't say it. But I'm anxious to get that. I was hoping that I would have gotten it before today, because even though this was my original plan, was to do this painting, when I decided that, we were going to I was going to get my TSA and it was going to be the perfect size. I was just like, she said, yeah, it shipped, and she sent me the tracking information, and I was just praying that it got here before the Get Your Big On event started, because it's 100 by 60. So it still would have met our minimum requirements. You don't have any. Okay. So if it's in West Valley City, Utah right now, and that updated, when did they update that? Let me look here real quick. That was dated at 12:30. So almost an hour ago that they updated that. No, wait a minute. What is today? Yeah, that was at 12:31 that information was. So you think I could have it by Saturday? Saturday or Monday? Because I'm going to tell you, if this gets too tedious, I will switch to the TSA, because the TSA is going to have a lot of white in it and some green, because it's going to be it's a painting of the winter transitioning to spring. So that means there's going to be white, which I can tell you right now. This painting here has no white. There's no white in this. These are the colors. Okay. There's no white. And the other colors are all dark colors. There's one. There's this one. This one, 3371, 934, 310, and 938. They're all dark colors. So you better believe if this gets to be too tedious, you will see a new painting kitted up, and a new one being done. And this will just get put away. It'll get worked on eventually, but I don't know how long I can handle. And I wanted to get some sparklers or some ABs. And of course, Tmall is closed until at least May 1st. But I wanted to get the DMC 666 sparklers because I thought that would look really nice as on their cloaks. And I wanted to get, I forget what color it is. 137, is it? The DMC 137, the one that's the greenish AB. Not the one that's like neon yellow green, but the one that's actually green. And I think it's like 135 or 136 or something like that. I wanted those to put in, where the light green is here in the picture. That is just, it would be, that's like 166 and 470, more of your limey colors. I wanted to actually have sparkle. And I know with the way my luck is, every time Tmall's opened her form up, I've missed it like within minutes. So then I've seen the Paint with Diamonds ones, but those are $6 a piece for the baggies. And yeah, you get a lot, but I don't know how long things are going to ship. And I have heard a lot of people say that their drills aren't so hot, so I haven't wanted to mess with that. And of course, I'm not going to order any from AliExpress because they'll get here this time next year, so then I won't care. But I wanted to get some sparklers to put on here. All right, what's this here? Wait a minute. You think it would be out here? You think it should be out by delivery tomorrow? Really? That would be awesome. You're waiting for a TSA too? Yep. I'm waiting for that. I don't have any other 90 centimeter thing. Yours is in transit. See, mine just says it says West Valley, West Valley City, and then beside it said in transit. So, yeah, you hung out on a school night. I'm glad you were able to come in, Tia. Yeah, go ahead and get that up on the charger, and you got to work tomorrow, so you need to get some sleep. See, that's the thing. I'm only able to track this on the CP jacket because I don't have anything else. When I put in the tracking number, the only tracking number I have is on the CP jacket. And when I tried to put that in USPS, it says that it doesn't know anything, which doesn't surprise me any. It doesn't surprise me that USPS doesn't know anything. I'm going to try and track this again here real quick. Let's see what it says. Why can't I type USPS? Let's see if I put this in, because I don't know, was it supposed to give me a new tracking number? I've never gotten anything from Australia. Yeah, it says status not available if I use the CP tracking number, CP jacket tracking number. Night, Tia. Let's see. Your parcel is coming. Most recent update shipping information received by Australia Post. So, yeah, I'm not getting any other. There's no other tracking information. And it's driving me nuts because I want to know where it's at. And when I track it on the 17 track, it doesn't even say it exists. It says this number can't be found at this moment. It's not available in the carrier system yet. Please check back later. I've been getting that since it's shipped out. Mine is a mystery painting from everybody, including me, Riv. Yeah, I don't even know what this is exactly. Like I said, me and Rachel talked. I asked her to make a custom for me, but I told her I wanted it to be a surprise. I wanted it to be a mystery. And that's when she said, well, I can't do a mystery, she has said, because, like your regular mystery paintings that you see people doing. She said, because mine come with a thumbnail. I'm like, no, it doesn't have to be a mystery painting like that. I want it to be a mystery for me that I don't know what I'm getting. That when I open it and I do the unboxing, I am just as surprised as my viewers. So she asked me, we decided, she's like, well, I need to know, what are your interests? Well, initially I was going to be doing the unboxing to kick off my channel, which was back in December, January. I think it was January. But with the fires in Australia, and then, well, first with Christmas, because we were talking in December. Christmas, she was bombarded. Rachel was so bombarded with all of her holiday orders and stuff. And I told her, I said, no rush. Do not rush. You'll get to it when you get to it. Then she gets through Christmas and she's, ready to work on mine. And then the fires happened there in Australia. So that postponed everything for all you guys over there or down there. And then right in the middle of you guys trying to recover from the fires, then the China shut down. First they shut down they were going to shut down for their New Year, for the Chinese New Year, but then the pandemic started. So that pushed things back. And initially it was going to be, like I said, a winter scene, because winter is my favorite time of the year. It's my favorite season. And that was initially when I was starting my YouTube journey, was in the winter months. So I thought it was symbolic. And yeah, well, Rachel reached out to me, I think it was in February, and said, with everything that's pushed, kept pushing this back and pushing this back, by the time you get it, it's going to be spring. Do you still want to stick with the winter theme, or do you want to go another direction with this? She said, I do have some ideas. And I said, Rachel, I gave you an open canvas. I trust you. If you have some ideas, absolutely. So she bounced them off of me of that she was kind of seeing a spring or winter transitioning into spring, where there would still be snow, but there would also be, pieces of grass poking up through, or maybe flowers or trees trying to bud. I'd still have my animals in it, those types of things. But I have no idea of what the layout is. I just know that she had told me a few suggestions, and that was it. So I'm very anxious to see this. I cannot wait, because I literally know about as much about this painting as anybody else does. I do know that it will be available to purchase off the website if anybody likes it. So that'll be kind of cool, that my custom will actually be able to be purchased if somebody wants it. So I'm excited. And this is my first TSA. Let me see. Mine was a winning painting. Oh, you got to win. You won a painting. Okay. Yours is a Nicole paint. Okay. Yeah, see, I don't know. I don't even know the direction she went with that as far as if she's going to use an artist per se or if she was doing it herself. I don't know. I am totally clueless and I am just too excited. I am way too excited for this because, like I said, I'm limited on, I've done, I said, tons of diamond art clubs, tons and tons of diamond art clubs. I've done some Amazon. I've done 2 or 3 from AliExpress, but that's where my diamond painting experience comes to a halt. I've never done an Ever Moment or yeah, I can't think. Diamond, I mean, oh, I've done diamond. I have done the Leisure Arts diamond art, diamond dots. I forgot. I bought that from Michaels. I did the Van Gogh Starry Nights. That was the diamond dots. But I've not done Dreamer Designs or Craftibly or anything like that. So I'm wanting to do it. Part of me doesn't even want to do it, but part of me does. I want to do a diamond or Dreamer Designs only to be able to do a comparison because Chuck Pinson is my favorite artist. And I know Diamond Painting Queen did a comparison, but you know, everybody, I want to do different paintings. I want to do a different painting than what she did. But I want to do the painting, but I've told myself when I see it, I refuse to buy it. So I'm like, I just do not see me spending that kind of money to get something that I'm pretty sure I'm not going to like. But then that other part of me says, well, you know what? You need to do the comparison. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I'm sure eventually I will. And eventually I want to do an Ever Moment. I just like the fact that I can get with Diamond Art Club that I can order it on Saturday and I'll have it by Thursday. Because I have a hard time with patience. I have no patience. Like this right here. This came today. And I've not opened it yet. Why? Because this is part of my giveaway for my subscriber, 200 subscribers, which is the video that I recorded on Saturday that was supposed to go up on Monday. It was my announcement video that is now going to go up on Thursday. And now I'm going to have to extend out my time because I had my dates set from April 20th till May 1st for commenting. And now it's going to be the 23rd or 24th before I get this up. I'm going to have to change my dates, but yeah. And that was for my 200 subscriber giveaway. I'm past that now. So before long, I'm going to be doing my 500 subscriber. I'm hoping before long. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, it's just, that's just the way things have been. But I do have a giveaway that's going to be started and I just have to get it out there so I can get it over with. I mean, not that I just want to get it up, get it done so I can prepare for the next one, because the next one I hope to be better than this one as far as the prizes and stuff. Not that the prizes for this giveaway aren't good, but I want the 500 to be even more, you know. That's, you know, halfway to my initial milestone, to be able to get this channel going more. And yeah, so I've got that I've got to open. There's a prize, one of the prizes for that giveaway, and then one's going to be for the community event. Angie, when did you get here? Oh, okay, you haven't typed like, yeah, I seen that. I remember seeing you where it said you subscribed. Thanks for stopping in. You know what? Part of me, Riv, is like, I try not to look at the analytics and my subscriber count and all that stuff. My TSA won't be a surprise, but yeah, there will be a diamond painting in the giveaway. There will be a diamond painting pen, which I've shown in a previous video, but you guys weren't here, so I can show you. Let me see here. Rachel Ray so graciously donated a pen to my giveaway. So this here came from Rachel Ray's Etsy shop. It's one of the red stylus pens. It's got the little diamonds inside there. So this is from Rachel Ray. That will go in the giveaway, as well as, like I said, a diamond. It will be a Diamond Art Club diamond painting. If you live outside of the U.S., it will be a gift card from Diamond Art Club. So, like I said in my video when I recorded it, U.S. residents will receive an actual diamond painting from my stash. International residents will receive, and the international winner, if somebody wins internationally, they will receive a Diamond Art Club gift card. And because of the fact with shipping, and like I said, it's just easier to give them a gift card, to have Diamond Art Club issue them a gift card, than it is for me to get a painting and then send it and have to send everything else, because shipping is going to cost an insane amount of money, and the time getting there is going to be insane, and I risk of getting lost. So because of things the way they are now, if you win and you're an international winner, you're only going to receive a gift card. And I'm sorry about that. But if you're a U.S. resident, you will have the chance to win. And it won't be just a Diamond Art Club gift card, because I will give an Etsy gift card too, so you can purchase a pen, or I'll purchase it through Rachel and have Rachel send it, something like that. I'll get all that figured out. I don't know, Angie. But I haven't been here that long. I've been a creator that long. I've only been 4 months, 3-4 months, and I don't put up videos as often as I'd like to. I'm hoping that changes here soon. And sorry, Numbum, if you're still here, enjoy your dinner, and thanks for stopping in. Look forward to seeing you next time. But also, I made some cover minders that will be part of the giveaway for U.S. residents. This one here, the magnet fell off. I gotta read it. These are ones that I made. There's this. And oh goodness, these magnets are so strong. There's this one. And this one here. Oh, you've heard my name? You just haven't seen or heard me for a while. Okay. Nope, I'm here. Just hiding out. There's this one. Thank you. Ugh. And this one. Oh, I guess these magnets are so strong. And this one here. A little rose. Four-leaf clover with sparkly four-leaf clover. And another piece of candy. What is which one? I'm sorry. Let me go through this again. We'll go backwards. Oh, goodness, these magnets. I swear they grab on. And so there's a unicorn. And then there's a unicorn ice cream cone. And a little piece of candy. Just tell me to stop when you see it, Riv. And another unicorn. Okay, come on. Get off of there. And then there's this one. Was this the one that you were asking about? And then this one here. It's just it's supposed to be like a box of cookies. Let me see here. This one. It's a green rose, like a lime green or or not lime green, I guess seafoam green or very light green rose. So there'll be some cover minders that'll be part of it. The pink rectangle. This one. Yeah, if you're talking about this one, it just says cookies on it. Let me see. Take it out of the baggie. You might see it better. So I guess it's supposed to be like a box of cookies. Yeah. It says cookies on it. The lighting's bad. Yeah. Yeah, it says it's cookies. So I got that. And then a surprise in that other bag over there that I haven't opened yet. And I'm dying to, because not only is there something in there for, like I said, this giveaway, for the subscriber giveaway, but there's also for the event giveaway. And then there's one that's for me as well. And I'm anxious to open it, but I need to do that as an unboxing or an unbagging. Because, you know, I want to share that with the community of the, you know, where it came from. But then we also have patty wax. We need patty wax too. So yeah, so there's some things in here that I'm hoping to be able to get done. It's just, I think one of my problems is that I'm just afraid, because I've seen all these creators, and this will be my first giveaway. I've seen all these creators that have had so many problems with the giveaways and getting scammed, the wrong person, you know, has claimed them, or they have, 22 Sues that have won. That was me. You called my name. You said I won, and now we got 22 Susans that have trying to claim a prize. I tried, excuse me, I was getting a drink. I tried Patty Wax a few weeks ago. I'm kind of, it's like it's a love-hate relationship with it right now. Because, well, I'm doing squares. So I have a heavy hand with squares. So I'm not even going to try to use a Patty Wax with squares. It's not going to happen because I need to be able to move my squares. And if you have a heavy hand with Patty Wax or the super sticky Patty Wax, you're not going to be able to get the drill off of your pen. It's going to stick no matter how many times you try to lay it on the canvas. If you have a heavy hand, it's just going to stick in the pen, and that just upsets me. Now, with round, absolutely love the super sticky. You definitely have to let it get room temperature or close to body temperature as possible for the Patty Wax. And it's just in the, let me see here. Oh, this isn't right. Just 1 second here. I thought I had one of my pens that did not have something in the end. No, I don't. Or is it this one? Okay. This one here. Of course, you need to have a clean multi-placer. I'm going to use a multi-placer because I know with the super sticky, it's definitely not good for multi-placing. It's only good for single. Patty Wax, I found I can use a Patty Wax in a multi-placer, but it's making sure that your pen is really, really full. I've found if I really, really fill this thing up and then flatten it out, making sure there's no excess on the end, whether I'm using an X-Acto knife or my tweezers or something to scrape it off to make sure it's level. That seems to work pretty good. And because my house got up to 80 degrees upstairs, my body's not even that warm, I don't think, right now. But I just start and do a scraping it right on the edge. And I'm not even pressing hard, so that tells you how warm it is here. It's just a light scrape, but I just keep doing that until I have a bunch. Yeah, I cannot believe how warm it is. This hair has just been laying on my, in my craft room on the stand, and it is really soft. But I pack it in there. I pack it down on the side and everything. If you look here, oops, I'm not in the right spot. If you look there, you can see there's just some right there. You'll see it when I scrape my nail across it. Okay. And I just push it in there. I just keep pushing it in and pushing it in, pushing it in. I'll still have some excess on the sides, but it will pack in eventually. I'll get it all packed in. And as I take it off, I just put it back on the block. Okay? And just put it back on there. Press it in there. And that's when I take my tweezers and I just put it at the end and scrape across. And I shouldn't do that over my painting, huh? Once you get that on there, it doesn't come off. All right, so if you look, it is perfectly in there. There's no excess. Oh, right there, there's some excess. See, it had to make me a liar. And then you have to decide, are you willing to sacrifice drills? Most of the time, I'm good with it, especially if it's 310s. Because you want to, and I'll go ahead and do it with these ones because I have a lot of 310s. So you go ahead and you make sure they're all going the right direction, of course. But you really want to push on this. I mean, you really want to get in there and push. So I'm going to show you here what I was saying, why I don't like to use squares, because I'm heavy-handed. Oh, wow. Now it made me out to be a liar. Are you serious? I mean, not they all didn't come off, but usually none of them do, and I'm fighting with it like nobody's business to get them off. But you want to push down hard on them like that so you can create your groove. And, you know, a lot of people say, you don't get the residue. You don't get the, yes, you do. At first you do. For a while, you know, eventually it'll stop, but you are going to get some residue off of them. If you heard that, that was my stomach because I didn't eat today. I had an upset stomach earlier, so I didn't eat, and now my stomach's growling. So then I push it back down in there again to get anything that came up. And then I just scrape them back up. Now, I tried not to put, I didn't push as hard this time in the tray. And that actually went down. I might be able to. I actually might be able to use this time. Maybe it's because I'm getting more and more used to the squares as well. But yeah, it just takes some getting used to with the patty wax. Now, the super sticky I absolutely love. The super sticky is my favorite of the two, but again, only with rounds. Well, I use the super sticky because that's no joke. It don't want to, if you put that on it, you don't want to give you your drill back if you get it stuck on there and you need to move it, and it don't want to leave your pen. Oh, geez. It just like forms an immediate bond. You're welcome. I said, I don't know if it really helped you any, but, you know, I recommend trying it if you have the option because, you know, everybody does like different things. I tried the blue tack, and for some reason, I wasn't able to use it. I wanted to use it so bad, but all it kept doing was pulling out of my pen, or if I could lay 2 or 3 drills, maybe 4 or 5 drills, and then all of a sudden it wasn't wanting to pick up anymore. And I bought a ton of it too. And it's just sitting in my drawer. But I would have loved for blue tack to work for me. I do want to try the blue and yellow wax that's, you know, like it's supposed to be similar to the pink wax, but better. So eventually I want to try that. The aliens, I think I tried that too. Let me see here. Oh, it is so hot in my house right now. I can't take it no more. I don't want to turn the air conditioner on. I really don't want to turn the air conditioner on, but I might have to. Let me see here. Trying to see where my, okay. There we go. I think it's in here. But then I've been known to be wrong before, and I think I'm wrong. I got some kind of a white tack stuff, and it didn't work for me either. It was something like the blue tack, but instead of being blue, it was white. And like I said, of course, I can't find anything in my craft room anymore. I thought I knew where it was, but no, I don't. But I've tried, I think I've tried pretty much anything that I can buy in the store. Now, I think, was it Mindy's Diamond Moments, or somebody did YouTube video where they were talking about the yeah, I lost my train of thought. They were talking about the different shades of pink wax that they felt like the Diamond Dots wax is a lighter pink. And it's, of course, it's round. But there's other companies that has the lighter pink. They found, the person that did the video, and I said, I'm pretty sure it was Mindy's Diamond Moments that did it. She said that she felt the pink wax. No, that's not right either. Who was it? Now I don't remember. But she felt that the light pink wax lasted in her pen longer than the darker pink wax. Oh, Bianca, I am so sorry. Now the white wax. Is a white wax, is that one that you're able to get from Shine Like a Diamond? Or was it Shine Like a Diamond that has that one? Because I want to try the white wax, the blue wax, and the yellow wax. But every time I've gone to look for it, it's been sold out. And then when I'm not looking for it, somebody says, oh, they've got it in. And then, of course, then I'm broke at the time. And it's like, yeah, I'm not supposed to have it, I don't think. So, yeah, eventually I'll get it. And if I don't, then I'll probably have mastered Patty Wax and super sticky Patty Wax by then. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But would you mind holding, just sitting tight with me for just like a minute or two? I need to run and get something else to drink. So could you hang tight for just a minute or two for me, please? And I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, y'all. Sorry about that. I felt my throat drying up and I needed actual water. The soda, I think, was making it worse. All right, so I'm just reading here, seeing if there's anything that I missed that applied to me. Oh, you're going to start doing lives. Very cool. Yeah, I remember those days with my son. At that time, we hadn't gotten his diagnosis yet. He was only 3-4 years old, and we were dealing with a lot of that, throwing the head, and I was able, at that time, I was able to be quick with my reflexes and avoid getting hit in the face with the head, but I'd have the flailing arms that I always caught, he'd catch me on the side of the head, or he poked my eyes a couple times. But fortunately, now that he's older by a lot, I mean, he was 3 at that time, and he's going to be 16 in December. Now it's just verbal. I mean, he just yells at me and storms and takes off running through the house upstairs and slamming doors and that type of stuff. Let me see here. Thank you, Riv. I haven't, the video for commenting are you talking about the event, the community event for me and Sherry are doing, that video to comment on? If you're talking about that, it would be the video. All right, so for the hashtag DP Get Your Big On for this week's video, you will comment on the introduction where she posted the video of everybody's artwork or everybody's paintings that they're doing. So that went up right before her live. And then for the 200 subscribers, I have to record that video. So that hasn't gone up yet. That will be going up because I posted a video. I was going to post a video letting you know that the video would be going up between the 20th and the 1st. So now those dates are going to change. So just watch the videos because there's going to be a question you're going to need to answer. That's what your entry will be. So just watch for the videos because that one has not been recorded yet. I'm hoping to record that video within the next couple of days. But yeah, and I haven't decided. I might do 2 videos, so it might be a 2-part question. I haven't decided yet because the one question actually could have 2 answers. So I might do 2 videos. But no, my video isn't up yet, but Sherry's video, if you go to her channel and it's the video that she posted, it's like an 11-minute video. She posted it with a collage of everybody's painting that they've submitted the picture of. And she's going to do that every week. She's going to do a collage of pictures of maybe they're just starting the event or it's a progress picture. So that video will have one of those videos that'll go up every week. And when we do our live, we'll ask the question, and then the video of the pictures that she posts, that will be the video that she'll leave your comments in. And then, like she said, we will do, when she does her Thursday, what is it? Or not Mindful Thursday. What is that? I can't think. When she has her Thursday video, she'll announce the winner. I'm pretty sure is what she said. And she'll be announcing the videos for both of the channels, is where she'll announce the winner of the giveaway. Each week, like when I do my live when we do our shared live next week, because next week we will be able to do a share. I have a PC. My PC, obviously, that's what I'm on right now. I'm actually streaming my live through Yardstream. So next week we will go live on my channel, and I will have the giveaway on my end of that, for that week. And then the following week, it'll probably be just her again, but I will be present, in chat, and then it'll be her giveaway. And yeah, so we'll be going back and forth for the weekly prize. And then the grand prize, though, I will be giving away Diamond Art Club on my end. She'll be giving away for grand prize TSA and there's going to be some other things. It won't just be diamond paintings for the grand prize, but the grand prize entry is only, anybody, throughout this whole event, for a weekly prize, you can work on any size painting. There's not a minimum or maximum size painting for the weekly prizes. But for the grand prize, the two grand prizes at the end of the event, those, the only people that can enter those are ones, or they have a chance, are ones that completed or are working on, don't have to complete it, but that have submitted an entry for a 90 centimeter or larger painting. Okay, this clear cover is really sticking to this good. Like really good. Okay, yeah, because your TSA, you says 100 by 60, right? I find Yardstream to be very easy to stream by. When I first started, it was a little confusing. I had another creator that talked me through it. I can actually stream on this and not get the hamster wheel like I get if I go try to stream directly through YouTube. So that's why I don't even bother. Even when I'm just doing a live by myself, I don't even bother going through just straight YouTube. I just go through Yardstream. I have the free Yardstream, so you get 20 hours free a month. And that's another reason I try not to do too many lives, because, well, my lives always end up being much longer than I anticipate them to be. So you figure if I'm doing 3-hour lives, which is where I'm at almost. Hold on one second, please. My son is summoning me. You mind if I have this? Not at 2 o'clock in the morning. At 2 o'clock in the morning, I mind. Okay. It's after 2 o'clock and you want to drink an iced coffee? Are you crazy? Try some water. It'll be really good for you. Yeah. 10 after 2 and he wants to drink iced coffee. No. But yeah, if I do 2 and 3 hour lives, that's going to get me what, 2 or 3, it's going to get me about 3 a month, maybe 3.5 a month, for my free. But, there is options to get more record time. So yeah. Okay, yeah, so 90 by 60. So yeah, that qualifies. And we're not going to haggle about, you know, if it's an 89 centimeter. Okay, that we're going to be okay, but it could only be 1 or 2 centimeters under. We're not going any farther. I had a lot of people message me asking me if they could do a 75 by 55. And yeah, you can do it. You can participate with us and you can be entered in the weekly prize, but not the grand prize, because we've got a lot of people that are working. I mean, we wanted this to be a massive painting. Now, I realize, like Sherry says, a sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I was just talking about how I don't have problems with them, and then it muted my mic. Actually, am I still here? Can you hear me? Yep, there it is. I didn't see the counter moving on the clock at the top. Um, we want this to be something that we're all doing, kind of working to, going together on these things. So, yeah, just what we're trying to keep that clear. I mean, I hate to, we're trying not to single anybody out because we want this to be fun for all. But because, like I said, so many people went out and bought, they were able to go out and buy something. And I know not everybody can. And I respect that and understand that 100%. Um, I just, like she had mentioned earlier in the video, I got this. Oh, geez, when did I get this? The end of December, beginning of January, maybe. And we wanted to start on it. I wanted to start on it practically right away. And then, and because when I got it, she said she was getting it. And then Rachel Ray got it. Yeah, it just kind of, I don't know, it glitched some way, one way or another. I'm not quite sure what happened. But are you able to hear me and see me, or is it being weird? But then when I mentioned to Sherry then about doing a collab, but she had a lot going on. She was in collabs with other people and she had collabs coming up. So she said, why don't we wait until the fall or the winter when people are stuck in their house because of the weather? And I was like, you know what? That sounds perfect. She goes, plus, because of it being a darker painting like this, it might be nice to do it around Halloween. So that's what we were going to do. And a few weeks ago, she reached out to me and said that she had people inquiring about, when she was going to be doing this one. And so she mentioned it, she reached out to me, we talked, and she said this would, might be a better time than ever to work on this because everybody's stuck in the house right now. She's like, we knew we didn't want to work on it necessarily in the summer because people would be out, vacationing and picnicking. And, a lot of people don't do their crafts during the summer months because they're doing things with their family or what have you. So that's when we said, okay, yeah, this will be perfect to go ahead and do it now. Yeah, it is taking us into the summer, but in a lot of cases, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to feel too safe about going and doing a whole lot in the summer. We don't know if this can withstand heat or not. The summer may kill it off. The summer heat may well kill this off, but we don't know yet. It may also thrive in any kind of temperature. So, and it's still the 22nd of June. It's still early enough that we're not taking up the entire summer. But yeah. It'll be fun to see how fast people get done. It'll be fun to see paintings that I haven't seen completed yet get done in the process, and see the process of everybody working on them. And hearing, what people are doing, what they're watching while they're diamond painting, or, maybe you guys have a painting that you want to pull your hair out. That's going to be it's going to be good information to give us all, because it might make us think twice about getting it ourselves. Or, I can tell you that a lot of people have a story that comes with their painting. Maybe it's the painting itself that has some symbolic meaning to them, or a memory, or maybe they're creating a story as they're working on it, because, like Sherry mentioned to me when we were talking in live the other day, she's like, yeah, we'll be able to, at the end of this, once the painting's completed, we'll be able to put this up and say, yeah, I remember coronavirus 2020. We worked on this painting. I know a lot of my Afghans had a story. When I'd be working on my Afghan, I'd have stories that went with it. It could have been a bad day I had with my son. There was a memory to that. Or, I had one Afghan I was working on when I had rescued a street dog a few years ago. Well, it's been more than that actually now. It was in 2014. I can't believe it's been that long. Oh my gosh. But 2014, I rescued a street dog. This was a dog that was badly abused, badly neglected. And I had just started that blanket because it was fall, and I was starting a fall blanket for my house. And when I got her, I was working on that blanket, and she fell in love with it. She was constantly wanting to climb underneath that blanket when I was working on it. Then it was going through the winter months, because it was like late September, early October when I started that blanket. And then, in the winter months, she was wanting to get under it even more. And it was bigger, getting bigger by then. So she was enjoying it more and more for warmth. And then that year I had my back surgery, then 2015. So I was still working on that blanket, and I was working on it while I was recovering from my back surgery. And I just completed it a few weeks before Thanksgiving, and she died 2 days before Thanksgiving. So that one blanket has multiple stories to it, So, and same thing's going to go with the diamond painting. I mean, think of all the different things that this diamond painting is going, how many just in daily life things. It will not be right, there you go. And it'd be a nice anniversary present for your husband. But thank you. I mean, it was hard because, like I said, she was a Chihuahua. Someone on Facebook here locally found her on the street, and the woman had already had like 4 or 5 rescue dogs that she was caring for that all had medical problems. She couldn't handle taking on another animal. So she posted on Facebook, anybody who would be willing to give this poor little girl a loving home, or at least, give her a home until a home could be found, and that she would help find a permanent home. Oh, and I seen this poor dog. I couldn't not. I messaged her right away. She responded, and we decided to meet, because she said, she said, how about if we meet so you can see, meet her and see how if it's something that you want to take on. She said, because I don't want you to take her and then find out that it's not going to work, and then let her go out on the street again, or take her to the Humane Society or the ACP. I can never say that, but you know what I'm talking about. ACPCA. Yeah, ACPCA. Because that dog was going to they would have put her down. There's no doubt about it. She had been badly abused and neglected. She had, both of her front paws had been broken at some point, and they were never treated because the bones grew over top of each other. So when she walked, her legs were in, like, and you could see how the bone was. You could feel it. You could actually feel where the breaks were. Even though they healed, they didn't heal properly. They weren't set or anything like that. She had scars on her ears and stuff, so she could have been attacked by other dogs. We don't think that she had been a bait dog, because if she would have been dead. I mean, she was a small Chihuahua. But we feel she was a puppy mill dog, because when she found her, she was full of milk. And when I took her to the vet, I got her on a Sunday. I called, made an appointment. The next day I called, made an appointment, brought her in like on Tuesday or Wednesday of that week. And they said that yes, she had just given birth recently. And that they couldn't figure out how that was even possible, because they had her aged with her teeth and gums the way that they were and all that. They figured her to be about 14 years old. Well, she had an infection. So they wanted to do an emergency hysterectomy on her. And when they went in to do the hysterectomy, her female organs were like falling apart in her. She was full of infection. They said that they figured that based from what they seen with her and all that information, they guesstimated that she probably had more than 2 or 3 dozen puppies in her lifetime. That as soon as she gave birth, they were already out there getting her pregnant again. It was horrible. It was the absolute most horrible thing I've ever seen in my life. So yes, I brought that baby in my home, and she was scared half to death of everything. But the first night, she jumped up on the couch. Or she didn't jump up on the couch. She had to be helped up. She couldn't jump up or down off of anything without pain. But she laid down on the couch. She snuggled up against me. When I got up, she kind of whimpered or barked for me to put her down on the floor. And she followed me in the bedroom. I picked her up and put her on my bed. Thought she would lay beside me. No. I wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and I can't find the dog. Here she had crawled underneath the pillows that I was sleeping on. And that's where she wanted to sleep, was under the pillows. And that's how it was. And here she is. This is the night that she came to my home. Her name was, I tried naming her so many different names. There were so many different names I tried to name her, and she didn't respond to any of them. She wouldn't even look at me. I was just trying to think of a name that somebody might name her, based upon her color or things. No. So then I was trying to pick a name for her. I tried, I thought because of the time of the year that I got her, being fall, I was trying to think of something like cinnamon or nutmeg or, something. No, she didn't want nothing to do with those names. You could tell also if you look at her chest here, there was a growth. Fortunately, it wasn't cancer. It was just a fatty growth. But there she is there too. And I just, like I said, I could not find a name that this dog would come to. And I'm like, how am I going to get, how am I going to speak with her, interact with her? She doesn't have a name. She won't come to anything. And one day, and this could have been her name or just the name that she liked. Here's one more. I love this one. Are you going to turn here or not? Yeah. She loved to be under blankets. Senior dogs usually do. She was always cold. Always cold. But one day I said, "Come here, baby girl." And her ears perked up and she came to me. And then she wouldn't come to that after that one time. She came to that name one time and she wouldn't come again. And then I said something. I was talking to, I think I was talking to my husband or my son, and I said, "She's a mama's girl." And she came to me. And that was what her name became, Mama Girl. She was Mama Girl till we lost her. And she just got really sick and we didn't know what was wrong. And she quit eating, completely quit eating. She couldn't even lift her head up. And I took her in. They said that she could run a ton of tests on her. But I thought, she was already in so much physical pain from the arthritis and all that. And at her age, at 13, 14. I mean, if she was 13 or 14 when I got her, then that means she was 14 or 15 by then. And I was just like, she had no quality of life. And by saying, keeping her alive, that would have just been me being selfish. I mean, I only had her just 2 months over a year, but she got me through my back surgery. You should have seen this dog when I was in the hospital. She was a nervous wreck. Unfortunately, I only had to stay in the hospital for 24 hours. But when I came home and I was stuck in the bed, she was right beside me, like right up against me. She couldn't be on the bed near me. No, she had to be right up against my thigh, laying beside me. And every whimper or every wince that she would hear or see from me, she reacted to. So, we really grew close. So instead of putting her through all of these tests and being selfish and keeping her alive, for me, I went ahead and let her go. And that was not easy. 2 days, like I said, it was 2 days before Thanksgiving, but I also lost my grandmother that year. So I lost my best friend and my dog within 9 months of each other. So Thanksgiving rolls around and I'm depressed and I'm crying and I don't have her on the floor for me to drop things down to because she liked baby carrots, like raw baby carrots and boiled noodles. She didn't want no gravy on nothing. She just wanted plain boiled noodles. So my husband nicknamed her Noodle. So I'm crying and I'm depressed and I'm miserable. And while we're eating our Thanksgiving meal, there's a commercial that Zappos, which I'm not quite sure what Zappos is, but
Zappos is the garbage for farming.
Wait 1 second. My son's telling me what, Steven?
Zappos is farming.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess Zappos has to do with farming. But they were paying for the adoption fee through our local animal foundation for the entire weekend, starting on Black Friday. So go down there and fill out the form and adopt a pet, and you didn't have to pay anything. So my husband told me, he said, if you want to go down and get something, he's like, I know how hard this is. And most people would say, well, that's too soon to adopt. Well, I didn't think so because I needed it to get through. I mean, she wasn't going to be replaced. I wasn't trying to forget about her or replace her. And I haven't forgotten about her. And she's not replaced in my heart. But I did come home with another Chihuahua. And he has now become my new best friend. He is total opposite of her. He also was absolutely horribly abused and mistreated. So that's my thing now is I take the dogs that nobody else wants or no one else is going to love. And I bring them in my home and I fall in love with them. And I'm trying to find a good picture. And this is Luigi. This is my new love of my life.
The webcam and show them.
No, because every time I move the webcam too much, it starts flickering.
Oh.
So, yes. He too has been abused and mistreated. He's afraid of, we've had him. It'll be 5 years in November. And he's still afraid of us. Whoever his abuser was, we assume he was a male because he does not like my husband. And my husband tries so hard and he does not give up trying. And he's just, this dog's fear is bigger than anything. He's even skittish at times with me. He does not like to be picked up or held. He does not like to be cuddled. He just, he loves to get a belly rub and his back scratched and all that. But, everything's pretty much on his terms with most people. He does love my son a lot. He adores my son. And, of course, I saved him from that horrible place. So he is my shadow. That's what we should have actually named him, was Shadow. But at the time we didn't know that he was going to be like that. But this was the name. Luigi is the name the Animal Foundation gave him. And he had been there almost 3 months. And the only reason he'd been there almost 3 months is because, well, they did his neutering. And when they neutered him, he got infected. So then they had to go in and do another surgery. And if they couldn't adopt him out until he had cleared, from all of his surgeries and stuff. But he was actually on the kill list that when I picked him up on Friday, if I wouldn't have picked him up and no one else would have through the weekend, on Monday he would have met his fate. So, yeah. And since I'm not diamond painting anymore, this is how spoiled he is. Yeah. You see him? That is how spoiled this dog is. Yeah. He has a bed on the couch. He would not sleep on a dog bed on the floor. We had to put a dog bed up on the couch for him to sleep in a dog bed. We think it's just because he's so small that he just wanted to be at a level point with us. Sorry about the quick movement. But he will jump up from the floor to the couch. Or, he jumps from the floor to the couch, but then to his bed. Sorry about the flicker. This is why I didn't want to move. He knows that he's not supposed to lay directly on the furniture, but we also know he can't get from the floor to his bed because it's too high. So he'll jump from the floor onto the couch and then up onto his bed. He has the bed in here. I had to make a bed for him in the craft room because he wants to be in the craft room, but he doesn't lay on the floor. He'll roll around on the floor, but he won't actually lay on the floor. So he has that bed here. He has a bed in a chair in my son's room. And he has this is funny too. He likes to sleep with me, but he doesn't want to sleep against me. He wants his own space. With my husband's schedule the way that it was before this shift, he was getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning to go to work. And that's usually about the time that I'm going to bed, or, not too long beforehand. And I just was afraid to go in and wake him up. He's working the shift he's working, and he snores so bad. Oh my God, he snores so bad. I couldn't sleep. So I started sleeping in the guest room. On the weekends, we shared a bed, but Sunday through Thursday, I needed sleep. He needed sleep. I slept in the guest room. Well, when we were sleeping in the same bed, though, he still wouldn't sleep with us because my husband doesn't lay still. He's all over the bed. He will cover every square inch of the bed. If I don't come to bed with him, when I would come to bed, he was laying in the middle of the bed, stretched out like Jesus Christ on the cross, like spread out. I mean, like full on. There was nowhere for me to even sleep. And there are times that I could find a way to get into the bed, I was hanging on to the side of the bed for dear life. He'd roll over, push his butt out, and knock me on the floor. I don't need that. So, and neither did the dog. So the dog actually slept in my recliner in my room. Well, like I said, now that I'm sleeping in the guest room, he sleeps in the guest room with me. I had to put a footstool at the foot of the bed because he was not able to, he's not able to get up onto the bed with those short little legs that he has. But I laid a sheet down on the bed and then a blanket on top of it and then another sheet. So I have a very firm mattress. So he's got this cushy bed that he has on top of my bed, just sheets and blankets folded just a certain way. And he will jump up there and he will go straight to the sheets and blankets to lay on. He knows that that's where he's supposed to be. This dog, it was either ingrained in him, instilled in him, and he's so afraid to try something else because he's afraid he's going to get in trouble, or he just knows that that's where he's supposed to be and it's his and he's happy with it. So we almost lost him in August. Found out he had pancreatitis. And we had to go through that. That was not a fun time. But he is doing better now because we've got him on a low-fat GI diet and he's spoiled. And he knows that I'm talking about him right now too, because he keeps looking at me. And then he just buried his face a little bit in the sheet. Let's see if we can see it. Oh, goodness. Nope, no, he's moving around. He's just getting nervous because he knows that I'm talking about him. Huh? Luigi? Luigi? Hey, you look at Mom? Beans. Luigi. Come here, puppies. I don't know why your brother covered you up because it's not cold. There you go. There he is. That's Luigi. Oh, puppies. Well, I got him. The Animal Foundation told me that when I got him, they said he was about 9 or 10 years old then. My vet says that he just turned 10 just this past December. So I was able to get, you figure, 5 years. I mean, he looks older than what he is because, well, he's had a rough life. But he will, if you ask him the big question, if he has to go POTTY, he will rip and run around like a dog track. And he'll do that back and forth, zipping and running and turning and running around in circles, frontwards and backwards. And yeah, a senior dog most likely isn't going to do that. So, I mean, he's still considered a senior dog, but if I based by what they told me that he was 10 or 9 or 10 then, and I've had him 5 years, yeah, I highly doubt that he was 9 or 10 when I got him, because he barely acts like he's 9 or 10 now. So yeah, he's good, huh? He said, "You're spoiled." Oh, yes, and mom's talking to you, so you got to roll over because you want to have a belly rubs, huh? Yeah, you just getting comfortable. You ready to go to bed? Hmm? You ready to go get into bed and go to sleep? Yeah, he won't go get in that bed and go to sleep until I go with him. So, and it is about that time. We have hit the 3 hour and 12-minute mark. So I am going to go ahead and call it a night. Oh, sorry about the movement. And I thank you all for stopping in and listening to me ramble about everything and nothing. He definitely is a sweetheart, Diane. I am so blessed. I am blessed to have both of the rescue dogs that I've had, because they have just not, they've wanted nothing but love, and that's all that I had to give them. And I will always be a rescue parent now. I will, as hard as it is to see, pardon the movement, as hard as it is to see the hurt and pain and fear in their eyes, I know that I am an animal lover beyond anything. I am bad when it comes to my animals. They are so rotten and so spoiled. But I know that they're going to be given a good chance to enjoy what life they have left, and hopefully forget the fear that has been put in them. But sometimes, they say no animal is broken. Yeah, well, the vet actually, she told me that when we first got him. No animal's broken, just give him time. After 5 years, she said, yeah, he might be a little broken. Just don't give up on him. Nope, I won't. I looked at it this way. My mom had even told me, maybe you should take him back and get another animal. And she said, I mean, I wouldn't want you to do that, but maybe that's what you need to do, because I had him for 15 months before he would even sit beside me. And that upset me because I wanted a lap dog. I wanted a dog to sit beside me while I crocheted, or sit on my lap while I crocheted. And I told my mom, I was like, you know what? I can't do that. I cannot. I don't know how many times he was already thrown away. And I don't know that if I take him back, if he's going to go back on the kill list, since he was already there and they plan on putting him down if he wasn't adopted, or if some cruel person is going to get him and allow other animals to mistreat him, use him as a bait dog, or them mistreat him themselves. I couldn't do that. I wouldn't have been able to sleep at night. So I looked at him as this way. He may have not originally been a perfect fit for me, but I was a perfect fit for him, because he was safe, he was loved, he was cared for, and he was going, that's the way it was always going to be. And now I think back of that conversation with my mom, and I'm so grateful that I was, that my concern was for him, not for me, because he is such a good dog. I mean, he does not bark either. We didn't even know if he could bark, because he didn't bark. Dogs in the neighborhood would be barking. My doorbell could be ringing. People could be knocking on the door, and he wouldn't even lift his head like he acknowledged it. So we thought he was either deaf or he couldn't bark. We thought maybe the people had him debarked him. And one day he kind of gave a little yip, but that's all it is, that's all that it was a yip. So we knew that he could make noise, but we never knew if he could actually bark. I didn't know he could bark until he had to go POTTY, and I couldn't see him. He was sitting on the floor next to me, but out of my peripheral vision. And he was whimpering. I had headphones on, so I couldn't quite hear what was going on. But I guess he was whimpering and whining, and I wasn't acknowledging him. And all of a sudden, he gave out a bark, and we were floored. But he doesn't bark for any other reason. He'll kind of yip or whine or chat because I'll tell him to talk to me, and that's how he talks to me. He'll do that to go POTTY, but like I said, let that doorbell ring. I could be upstairs in the shower and I won't hear the doorbell, and he don't bark to acknowledge, to let us know either. So he is a very good dog. He knows what he can and cannot do in the house. Not saying he didn't have a few accidents, because of course, he's a dog and new areas, and we, sold the condo that we lived in when we got him and moved here, and the people here had dogs or a cat or something before us, so he smelled that. So, he's had a few accidents, but he does let me know when he has to go, and he will wake me up in the middle of the night scratching at me to let me know. So I'm very glad that I was in a position that I could take both of them in, though it was at different times. I was able to give them a loving home for the last of their days. So, and I said, he definitely knows he owns me. He's my master. Huh. Yeah, he said, oh, we know how that goes. He said, she's my master. I'm her master. She beckons to me. And I'm okay with that. So, but anyhow, back to what I was saying. I'm glad to know that you are also a rescue mom too, Diane. And Riv, Chihuahuas are very loyal. That's one thing. They are very loyal to their owner, especially if they don't have to be fearful of their owner. And sometimes I think when people say, oh, that dog is a one owner dog, and sometimes it's only a one owner dog because that original owner was so cruel to that animal that it'll never trust another person. Other times I think people mistake loyalty for fear in animals. They're not, it's not that they're necessarily loyal. They're fearful to not obey. So, no animal should be that fearful. No. So, and Chihuahuas, sometimes Chihuahuas get the bad rap because, they are yippy, and they're very, they will snap because they're so tiny. They're scared. But, he snapped at my husband a couple of times, but my husband instigates him to do so because we call him Bat Face. Okay. Last little story, then I got to go. Because if you look at his muzzle and his eyes and stuff, when he growls and he bares his teeth, which my husband will instigate him to do, he'll say, give me a kiss, give me a kiss. Well, he knows that my husband, or the dog's afraid of men. So he'll bend down and he'll be looking in his face and he'll say, give me a kiss. Come on, Beach, give me a kiss, give me a kiss. And then he'll bring out the bat face, that when he growls and he bares his teeth, he looks like a bat. He looks like a baby bat. Now, he will then kiss my husband through the bat face. He'll bring his tongue out between his teeth and lick his nose. And then he's like, all right, that's enough. I've given you your kiss. Now leave me alone. No, my husband's not ready to give up on that yet. So a couple times we thought, the Luigi would go to give him a kiss on the nose, and he'd actually snap at his nose. He didn't break skin. He didn't even leave a red mark. I told my husband, I was like, well, you can't get mad at him for that. You asked for a kiss. He's given you 3 of them. Now he wants you to leave him the hell alone, and you won't. You want more. So, I don't agree any animal should snap or bite or anything, but this is a grown 53-year-old man, and he won't leave the dog alone. So he gets what he's given. Aw, Tiny. Aww. Oh, that's sad. She didn't realize what she was doing, but that's still sad. Aww. Yeah, like I said, in a lot of cases, I have more compassion for animals than I do humans because animals rely on us for everything. Everything. It doesn't matter from the minute they're born until they take their last breath. They rely on us for everything. They can't let themselves out of the house unless you have a doggy door or you train them to open the door. And then same thing with food. They can't reach their water to fill up their water dish, or they rely on us. And I look at it this way: if you want an animal, then you better be able to take all the responsibilities in caring for the animal. And if you don't want to take the time or the money or whatever to do it, then don't own an animal. And animals aren't born mean. They're made mean. I am a huge advocate for pit bulls, and because again, I've been around several pit bulls in my entire life, and when that pit bull puppy was born, it had no knowledge of anything. But I've watched people how they treat pit bulls, and they get the bad rap. I would put a pit bull with my newborn granddaughter. Actually, my daughter has a pit bull boxer mix, and that dog is more protective of him, or of her, excuse me, than he is of anything else. Now, I'm not saying he couldn't turn, so don't get me wrong, but any animal can turn if given a reason. I believe all animals have the same temperament that we have. We have a switch in us that can be flipped just as quick if given a reason. And animals are the same way. Animals just want to be loved and cared for. That's all they want. They have no other expectation. Just love me and take care of me. So that's what I do. But yes, I am going to get off of here now. It is 3 a.m. I've got to try and get some sleep, and I've got to walk this dog. So I am so grateful that you all came in. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm hoping you're all subscribed, but if you're not, please hit the subscribe button and the notification so you get notified when I put up my next video and future videos. I hope you guys all have a great night. Stay safe. I will be seeing you in a video this weekend, and if not another live, possibly a daytime live, but if not, I will see you next Wednesday. Thanks so much. You guys take care. Night.